Hello, friends. Okay, so this training that we are doing is on in-person facials. I'm going to hope I can turn everything correctly. I'm at my new studio, which was a garage, just really cute with tiles and painted walls now because I already had a bathroom. And I have this table. Let me see if I can show you. It is my grandma's. You can see. You can tell by the chairs. It's my grandma's from probably the 40s or something. Table, my mom's mom, and kind of made it like a vintage theme back here. And we have currently been a year since COVID started, and I have not done an in-person facial in a year. So I was talking to my friend Tiffany, and she said, I wonder if I even have everything to start going to see people. And I said, you know what? I'm going to set up for a facial, so you guys will see this. And let's start training on it so we can see what we're missing. So let me give you an overview of this training. If you're taking notes, I would take notes in two ways, okay? On this 2-page how to do a facial sheet that all new consultants now have in their Mary Kay New Consultant Packet, also known as Pink Boot Camp Packet. Take notes on there because there's a couple things you'll want to add to your actual facial of what you're going to say, because there's a couple of different things that you do when you're in person that you don't do virtually, because there's posts, there's posts that talk about the party, and so you mention it, but now you have to show stuff that you're not, showing on the other party. So just a couple of, just little things on there. You might also want a separate page of notes for some things you might want to purchase. Okay, and let me tell you one thing about this party that I want to save so I don't forget this one. This part, at first you guys might be like, whoa, that's a lot. This party is more work all at once to make sure you have everything. You go to the party, you set it all up, you do the party, you close each person individually right then at the party. And you're there for hour and a half, 2 hours, unless you're chatty. So that'll teach you oh, I can't be too chatty, because then you can be there. I was there, I had one party that was 5 hours long, but they took smoke breaks and there was a food at the beginning. And so I'll teach you a couple tips. Here's the tip: food at the end. So while you're meeting individually and asking the 3 closing questions to each person, you are able to have food then, and they can socialize, and that's the social time. Okay. But what's cool is by the end of this party, you do your drawings, and you wrap it all up, and then the only thing that you have to do, you pack it back up. I used to just throw it in my bag, and now I put mirrors where they go, applicators where they go, products in a roll-up bag, and you're done. The only thing that you give myself left to do, because in my individual close, I go ahead and text them the video right then to watch, is usually the next day I'm doing my video chats. And nowadays, some of us are doing some video, even messaging back and forth the questions. But in my pre-virtual world, I did a phone chat with the 5 questions. So that's what I'm kind of used to in person. But virtually, it's just all virtual, so it's all texting. So that's the difference, is you have more stuff, but if you have your starter kit, most of it's in there, and your signing bonus, most of it's in there as far as products and things that cost. The rest will be a Dollar Tree. I'll tell you in a second. You pack, you unpack, you do it, you close them out, you do your drawing, blah, blah. I was talking to Stephanie on our team, you could do the drawing, the big drawing for answering the 3 questions and purchases the following day after your sharings, which is really good because it could be hey, did you watch that video? I want to do that big drawing for us and our team. So you could do that one later, but it's not a 1 or 2 week process like the other one is. The virtual is a 30-minute live, post the party, and then close it out over a week or 2. This one is done in 2 hours, except for a few sharing calls or sharing text group things with me, and that's it. Okay? So that's the difference. I really like it. I really like the vibe with people. And two thoughts. You totally could have your stuff ready to go, or you could also book them at your home. I kind of do both, but I really love inviting people to my home and having my own little snacks and um, and having all my stuff, my inventory and everything just ready. So there you go. All right, we will have a separate training on like what to do now that we're not virtual with referrals because you're going to have lots of names and numbers to call in person. All right, so first, here's the overview. We're going to we'll go over how the whole facial goes in an outline, kind of towards the end. I'm going to talk about things that you might need, how to set up, and packing for it, okay? Let's start with setup because that will lead me into the packing and the what you will need. The first thing that I do, so let me see if I can try to put this in a good place where I can angle and turn it. So the first thing that I do is I set up mirrors for every single person, okay? So as far as what you will need, let me show you your starter kit. If you don't have a starter kit yet, make sure you get one. Your bag will be in there. Your CC creams, your mascara, your translucent, your eye remover, your skincare. Most of the main products, satin hands, I like to do this one. Actually, do me a favor. Let's all write that down so I don't forget. Will you write down at the very top where it says welcome and intro, write down satin hands. We actually do satin hands as kind of like the icebreaker and the very first thing that we do right before we go into the facial. Okay. I actually haven't done our 2-page facial before in person, so I'm excited to see how that goes. Okay. Yeah, so what I do is I set up for each person a mirror. Here's how our mirrors are. You can do a tray, and they even have a tray insert where under each person's little tray you can have, and I think I have some somewhere. Oh, here they are. They come in your kit. There's some that you can even print, but you can actually write down on each number what they're trying if you want to. The tray is cool because it's numbered, and I've always done cleanser, day cream, night cream, eye cream, and satin lips on up here, maybe foundation stuff in here. But this new facial is also adding charcoal mask and Microderm, so you'll have to do those. But I put them in order there, so you can say, hey, number 1, number 2. Sometimes I'll say, you don't even have to always have a tray. Sometimes you just be like, okay, we're going to do our cleanser and squirt on their finger. Put immediately on their face if you want to. One other tip, I like to at the head of the table where you're performing. So you kind of have like your spot. Okay, so my spot would be where all this is, and if you're at home, you might totally use your starter kit, on display because it's really cool to like itemize it in front of them and they're like, oh my gosh, it's $100. Wow. If you're not at home, then sorry, then it's just your bag, like your cute Mary Kay bag, and in front of it, put the products in order. So it'd be kind of miracle set, cleanser, day cream, night cream, eye cream, charcoal mask, Microderm, and then maybe some of the colors lined up because they're not going to remember what they just tried. But if they have a reference to keep looking up there, they can remember like, oh, I liked that one, and maybe write that one down. So I always have their mirror. So the biggest things I do, if I'm being fast, they have a mirror, they have a pen, and they have a profile card. You guys might not have used these in a while. In the virtual world, we don't really use them, but it's awesome. The left side is about their skin, and the right side's about them. And under their skin, it tells them products that are recommended for their skin issues. That's kind of cool. The back side is really important. It has a place, question number 11 here. This might be an old profile card. It's usually 11 or 12. has names and numbers. It only has 6 slots, 7 slots, so I actually have them go all the way down. I've got some over there I could show you. Most people write 15 to 20 names down for the referrals that I do. So that's each person's setup. If you know who's coming, and this will be part of the referral training that we do, you can have them text you about their skin, and I give them a little goodie bag if they text me back. I call it a swag bag. Let me just show you. You can have some of these made up. If they RSVP to me, I'll give them their friend a little text to send to their friends out. If they RSVP, they can get a color swag bag, which is a color card and a mini mascara, or a skin swag bag. It has a Microderm sample and a hand cream. So skin or color, whatever you want to put in them, they'll get that for RSVPing. But if they RSVP and you know their skin, and then you texted them that morning, I always give them a reminder that morning, and you know that they're coming, then you can also squirt in their tray all their products before they get there. So that's kind of a perk. You get there 30 minutes early, you compliment her on your home, you know who's coming, you get to squirt the trays and have everything ready when they arrive. If not, squirt in the hands is quickest. Otherwise, you're going around and doing all that. And then one other preliminary thing is maybe matching their CC cream. It's the only thing you'd have to do. Or be like, hey, are you pretty pale or kind of tan or in between? I don't know. Anyways, that's really easy to match. There's only 5 colors. Okay, so that's the quick setup. I do also like to, from these cloths that we have, our new packs are pink. This is the old one. It's a white pack. I like to have these cloths out and already wet. And here's my trick. If you open the cloth really long and you can look where the seams go down, you can tear it in half. And for the old facial that I just did, cleanser, day cream, night cream, eye cream, I could just use 1/2. Now that we're doing Microderm, you might, and I like it in half so they don't, get them too dirty. You might have 2 halves wet and ready for them. You might even have 3. If someone has real dry skin, it's hard to get the Microderm off. So there's the setup, okay? I do kind of like to keep this away from them, even though they're already wet, because they will get bored and start washing their hands with it, which is fine, probably, it's not like that. But anyways, that's the setup. So I have actually 4 spots set up right now, as if I was doing facial. Products at the end in order of what you're going to do them, and then try to keep them in that order as a cute display during your facial. Okay. Other thing I have for setup, you want a spot where everybody can, where when they meet with you individually, you take them away. So right now I put it at the end of the table, which is great. Or you might have a couch. And so what I put at that spot is my date book. You want your date book there because that's question 2 where you'll schedule her for her second appointment. You'll also want your money bag. So it'll have sales tickets for when you ask her question number 1, what do you like to purchase? I have some pens in there. I can stick all the money in there. And I can even stick their profile cards in there. And I've got my little 60-40 split thing in there. Okay. By the way, if you haven't gotten this one from me, I think you just have to send me a picture of your goals. And I forgot what else it was. But we just all recently earned that. I can tell you what you need to do in a second. Okay. Oh, so here's what I have over there. I put down there inventory also. So, if this was our closing station, you and her would sit side to side. They actually say to sit knee to knee, like her knee to your knee. Like maybe it's too intense if you're right on her or something. So kind of sit side by side with her. Whew. Okay. And inventory. You might buy one of those inventory carriers or even like a cool like rolling luggage, whatever. The bottom part specifically, I like to put travel roll-up bags already filled in there. And so I've got a repair one here in case someone is like over 50 or wants that skincare line. And so I'll have the line, some of the supplements, eye makeup remover, a skin invigorate brush, satin hands and lips. And then I'll have general 3D sets already made. The same thing. Those are just like the basic products. You might add charcoal masks now that we're doing that in this facial. Do it. I think I'm out of breath. Not funny. Okay. And then I was just showing you, I kind of have all of my skincare in roll-up bags. So I even have a bag for the botanical line. I put the bow color tells me what's inside. But I've got a botanical one. So that's kind of fun. If you want to like build your inventory, to have a bag for every skincare type with all their supplements in there, and then have a couple like extras of the 3D and repair because those are most popular. Okay, so that is set up. And so as far as things that you'll need, obviously you will need a starter kit. I would have a starter kit because if you have a starter kit, then there's very few things that you're missing, okay? So first let's go over products that you'll need. So if you have that sheet in front of you, are just 2-page how to do a facial. I like it because it's short and sweet. It does have a lot of products in it. So you could, by the way, do a hydro session during the facial part, but be sure to do the opening and closing well and individual close. You could do color during the middle part. So the product part can change. You could just do 3D skincare and satin hands, CC cream and mascara, and a color card. You could do what comes in your kit, okay? But this one that we're doing, I just copied it from someone. She seems pretty smart. And virtually, when we are like doing it on camera and taking it off and putting it back on, we're going to let them try it and talk about it. So that's the difference. Okay. So what you'll want to have, I went ahead and made a travel roll-up bag I always have for my facials. So all the products that are on the table here are just a starter kit as an example. If I was doing it at my house, I would just keep those out there. If I was traveling, I would set these products out in order on the table, okay? So I put satin hands here because I like to start with satin hands. Eye makeup remover and the 3D set is here. Those are in your kit. All those are in your kit. The only thing not in your kit is charcoal mask. And this Microderm and satin lips, I give you as your signing bonus if you do a launch party with me virtually. And then here's the color things that are on her list. So some of them are already coming from me. So your signing bonus from me. Oh, translucent powder is in your kit. From me on your signing bonus is foundation primer. The stuff that you don't have to lick, you could probably, or put in your eyeballs, you could probably use your own demos. Finishing spray is already in your signing bonus from me. CC creams are already in your kit, so I have all 5 CC creams in here. Mascara is already in your kit from Mary Kay. And so the only things that I'm adding to it are, she has on there the fluffy brush. So you could, I've got little glass cups from Dollar Tree of brushes, and I let them all use a brush, and this is for their, she has a general bronzer just to bronze their face. I would use it as like an actual bronzer and contour. I mean, I don't know. I'm just following her because she's cool. Okay. So you could have brushes. You could show the brush and show it on yourself, and just use like a cotton ball for them to do a little contouring. Okay. So that is something that you can add product wise. Under Eye Corrector, you need to have one anyways because it's amazing. Have one as a sample and maybe use the applicators that come in your kit. Maybe use that. Or they have some doe applicators. A doe foot applicator is this. Mary Kay now has those for our lip glosses. You could give each one a little dip in there. I do like to have full-size samples more than the other samples because you get the wholesale credit for it, so that's kind of fun. So under Eye Corrector, you would add applicators that are already in your kit you need, by the way, for when you do mascara. One or several cream eyeshadow colors, and a brow volumizing tint. She said that dark blonde is good on everybody. So that would just be with the mascara wand applicators. So each person will probably get 2. Maybe even a third one for mascara. Some girls will spend a really long time on their mascara and do several coats. So you'll want to have like extra mascara wands. I have a lot that I can give away in prizes for the girls that do several. My favorite lipstick color, I love rosewood. This one's spiced ginger. Looks really good on a lot of people, so I just put that one in mine. And then the last thing you'll want is a bronzer. So I went ahead and made a little compact that I thought might look pretty with a bronze, it's my sample one anyways, bronzer on there that you could give each person to do bronzer. And you could totally, when it comes to that part of the party, just let them kind of bronze their cheek area and their nose and chin and forehead. You know, like you don't have to like totally contour, but you could. So there you go. There is the bag with all the products in it that you would be demoing. And again, you'll set them out kind of at the end of the table. I like them kind of in front of me so I can get at them, you know, as I need them. Okay, so that should be set up. And then you put them all away when you pack them. I like my Mary Kay bag for my paperwork and my products and my mirrors. And then now I want to go over a list of what to purchase, okay? And this is all Dollar Tree, okay? I'm a very big Dollar Tree girl. Oh, let me tell you this. Different than a virtual party is you'll want everybody to have a closing sheet. Really good would be if you laminate it or print them. So this is the one that comes in your new consultant packet. I try to have 30 copies at a time on hand. Color is just probably better because it just looks prettier, so they will probably buy more. And laminating is genius. If you happen to be in the Lubbock area, we get like 60% off. So it's almost like instead of 90 cents a page, we pay 30 cents a page. I don't know, 10 cents if you didn't and you paid for black and white, you know, so it's just a really good price. So laminating them and handing them out and having them circle with the little markers that come in your kit anyways, their favorites, and then taking that to you at the end. You know, we always do like a little wish list. I do at my party. So that's probably the best idea, unless you have a great printer and like HP mails you for 10, 15, or 20 a month ink every time you get low, so you can print to your heart's content either way. Okay, so there's some things that you might want to purchase. Extra things you might want to have. In the middle of my table, so let me show you that right here. Let's see if I can show you. In the middle of my table, I have my giveaways. Oh, I like to show this conveyor brush when I'm doing that too, so that'll be in my product thing. Are my giveaways. So I have a big drawing prize, which can totally be charcoal mask or eye makeup remover. I just made a couple of these my favorite bundles. And for the small drawing for participation participation instead of comments is going to be able to get something that's mini compacts are always the best. So if I were you, I would have a couple mini compacts at all times wrapped up. So those are in the middle of the table. That is what the whole time that's going to make them like, ooh, 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 at this party, because you have little, I mean, that's what makes everybody excited. Every party, you have little tickets and giveaways, okay? So some things that you might want to have. Your giveaways, so mini eye makeup remover, mini hand cream, mini compact, even some of these like swag bags or goodie bags. Really, American said anything wrapped up really cute. So Dollar Tree for bags and bows and thread, and then wrap everything cute. big drawing could be charcoal mask, eye makeup remover, CC cream, kind of depending on your audience. Like you can kind of tell like, ooh, these girls like that translucent powder a lot, you know. That's going to be my big drawing, you know. Um, let's see. Headbands. So Dollar Tree has great headbands. Some people get pink and purple headbands and give them pink if they have dry skin and purple if they have oily skin so they can remember like who they're talking to. Oh, also in setup, these are the little cards. Mindy the Beautiful, it says. These are the little cards that come in your starter kit with these pens. So that you can put that in front of everybody and everybody can see each other's names. That's kind of fun. And you can see everybody's names so you can learn their names better. Okay, that was just a side note back to setup. This is an extra thing you might need actually from Mary Kay before I go back to Dollar Tree. Where are they? Beauty books. I'm going to tell you about these beauty books. Huh. Anyways, there's a book that we used to use called a beauty book. Okay, there. Back in the day, we always had beauty books, but now that we've been virtual and stuff, we haven't really gone to it. It's just kind of neat if everyone has one in front of them, because at the very beginning of this facial, so here's the first thing you're going to add to the top of your sheet, in addition to the satin lips that satin hands we added, is what Taylor McKnight, you know, when I went to her training, said is she talks about the 6 different types of skincare. She just says, by the way, we're going to try one of the skincare lines. That's amazing. But there's a couple other kinds. And so this flip chart will show you pictures of it. So Time-Wise 3D, Repair, Acne, Botanicals, and Naturally. Let me see if the men's is there. No men's, sorry. It just highlights some of the main products. So Microderm, glycolic acid pills. So you could use this book. That could be fun. It even has its own little set sheet on it and like a little insert. That's kind of fun. But technically with this facial that we're doing, it already comes with its own set sheet and it tells you what to say. So I would use the one that comes with this one if you are semi-sticking to something. All right. So next thing, headbands, cotton balls, mascara ones. Those already come in your kit. I like these little clear bags for cotton balls. Mirrors and trays. We already have that from the kit. Halves of washcloths. We already talked about that. Pens to write the customer's info. It's kind of nice if you have pens that all match everybody. Sometimes I have random pens, but that's kind of fun. So a pen for everybody's little station. Tickets. This is my favorite part. This is actually from Walmart, and it might even be more expensive than Dollar Tree, but Dollar Tree has some like long strips like that folded a bunch of times. You probably could use one for like half a year. I mean they last quite a while. Anyways, and what I do is when someone answers a question correctly or gives me a referral, they get a ticket, and you give them, it doesn't matter which one, but you give them one and you keep one in a pile so that you can draw their number, okay? They don't have to write their names on them or do any of that stuff. But they're double tickets at Dollar Tree. And then we'll come to that. There's just a couple things that we're going to add to this at the end, okay? Tickets. Closing sheet for each person. So I mentioned that. So that is, I went ahead and put a bunch of copies in my newly packed starter kit bag. So guess what? Probably a weekly challenge is going to be for this week. Beauty packs. So that's your closing sheet. Each person will get one, right? So that's going to be in my bag. Oh, here's what the tickets look like from Dollar Tree. In my bag. So just a big stack like that. Tickets from Dollar Tree for $1. So I love Dollar Tree because everything's $1. Mirrors and everything in that bag. Okay. Closing sheet for each person. You will want your hostess brochure. So we're all using this flyer right now where they get a free lip gloss just for booking the party. So you give that to them at the date of their party. And then it says that they get 10% plus some 50% offs if they hit certain levels. But no matter what, I give them 10% of the sales. And right here it says they get an extra 5% for each person who books a party from their party. So they can get 20% if 2 people book parties. I kind of limit it to 40, like I won't go higher than that. You could limit it to whatever you want to. Okay, after party snacks. So if it's at your house, if there's a hostess, tell her, hey, you might want to have some snacks for the end when I'm checking out with everybody and doing individual consultations. Or sometimes I've brought my own snacks. So I just put like some candy in the middle of the table. But sometimes I'll have some like healthy keto snacks. I used to, or some chocolate that I'll put out at the end while they're all like socializing. So you can kind of think about that. Again, Dollar Tree, cookies, water bottles, but they'll just kind of snack a little bit. You could grab a fruit tray, a veggie tray on your way, which is a tax write-off and could be your dinner as well. Okay, let's see. Closing sheet each person, after party snack for the individual closing for something to do. Applause magazine. Whenever you get one of these in the mail, throw one in your kit because it's really cool to show people monthly paychecks. So just right there on there, $9,000 a month, $18,000 a month. So I always have one of those in there because a lot of people like that just shows you, Okay, so let me show you what we're going to add. And I'm going to give you one more probably document, the 3 closing questions. The second question is going to change, and the third one, the wording a little bit since it's not virtual. So I'll give you that, and I'll mention it in a second, okay? So if you're looking at this sheet, we just added, talk about the different skincare sets. So this is my notes from when Taylor McKnight taught us this. And she said, botanical effects, not anti-aging, very refreshing. If you want to write notes and pause this, for ages 8 to 18, but it's great for your workout bag or your beach or for a quick, refreshing cleanser and moisturizer. Clear proof for severe acne, not like a few breakouts. Naturally lined, all natural, love it in theory, but not if you're terrified of aging. And then I love about this that Mary Kay passes European standards in general. So not only do we have this naturally lined, but all of our products have all the ingredients that are banned in the European Union are also banned. Let me put this up now, I think. Are also banned by Mary Kay. Okay, and then we've got the 3D anti-aging line that we're going to try today. That's age preventing. And then there's the repair line that makes you feel luxurious. And your skin more luxurious. It's more tighter and more supple. There's a whipped cleanser. It puts lots of moisture in your face, tightens, lifts, like Spanx for the face. It's a 5-piece set, normally $450 to $700, only $205 with 23 free savings with it. So you kind of just mention them. And what I love is the welcome and intro of her party. They used to be long. I like saying all this stuff too. But hers says, welcome to the party. Tell them who you are, why you do Mary Kay, and what you're working on. That's your eye story, okay? And there's a couple different times you're telling a little bit about the business, like your eye story and the 12 points at the end. If you haven't written that down yet, at the very end of yours, write down 12 points at the very, very, very end. So this is going to be part of your table close, okay? So when you do a party, you always do the intro, play-in products, you have a table close, and then your individual close, which are the 3 questions, okay? All right, so we added, after your welcome and intro, satin hands. Sometimes you actually might do satin hands before the welcome and intro, by the way, so you don't have to get back up and sit back down and all that. So I do it before we start, and then we sit down for a bit. Eye makeup remover. I love that it has 1 sentence about each thing. So you're going to do eye makeup remover, and that's where your cotton balls will come in. Then it's the 3D set. We're really big on like romancing the products. So when you talk about the 3D set, you might be holding them in your hand. And then as you do each product, also hold it in your hand. And Christy Bigham is so good at, and my nails are all falling off. I got like the dip and they're falling off. I'm so sad. But Christy Bigham is so good at having like these perfectly manicured hands and romancing the products. Her perfectly manicured hands. Romance the products as you talk about them. 3D set. Cleanser. Charcoal mask. Satin lips scrub. And then here's where you're going to add something, okay? Lip scrub. During satin lips is when I like to get referrals, okay? So you can tell them at the beginning, we're going to have a ticket game. So maybe put that next to the welcome and intro. Ticket game. When you ask them some trivia questions or they're participating, you know, in your stuff, just for being there, I usually give them a ticket, and then this is another way they'll get tickets, okay, for the prizes for participation. So satin lips goes on their lips. Scrub. You can tell them about satin lips. Your lips have never produced moisture or exfoliating themselves. So while it sits, we're going to play a game for 2 minutes. This used to be a mask that had to sit, but now it still has good stuff of jojoba oil and shea butter, so it's okay. We'll just let it sit for a second. I tell them not to eat it. And then they've got 2 minutes. I like to play like a song or something. And you'll want to write down these words, okay? Flip over your card to the back side. Grab your pen. If you say that, they will do it without thinking, okay? See where it says question number 11. It might say 12. So you pick the right number, okay? It was whatever's in your kit. There's a place for names and numbers. And I want you to think of any of your friends, if they were here, you think they would have fun and want to do what we do. Nobody else teaches skincare. Nobody else teaches color. And we're going to play a game. You've got 2 minutes while this mask sits on your lips. And you're going to get a ticket per name you write down. Name and number, maybe just do first names to be fast. Whoever gets the most is going to get 10 extra tickets. So you're going to write here and even go down into the bottom. Most people write 10 to 15 names in 2 minutes, okay? So you can get out your phones and cheat. And mark it, set, go. Y'all, people, and I would write that down, honestly. Even on a little post-it note that you tape to your page so it's not in the way if you want to. Practice it. But people will write down 15, 20 names in a couple of minutes. And I kind of let them finish. If they need a few more seconds, I'll go over 2 minutes. You don't have to be like strict about it. But that's big, y'all. That's a lot of security. I've got at least 1,000 Lubbock names and probably 500 Seminole names. And every city that I go to, I've got 100 names. How I started my business in Hobbs area after moving from Lubbock, someone gave me five referrals. One said yes and brought a friend. They had 10 referrals. Out of those 10, a couple booked facials or parties, and now I've got like 500 names for Seminole, you know. So that's how you can have anything that you want to have, and I'll give you that good referral script. Okay. So then they take off their lip scrub, do the balm, Microderm scrub. It says back of their hand, pore minimizer. Oh, so they're doing Microderm on their hands with the charcoals on their face while that's sitting, and satin lips. Oh, that's perfect. Scrub is sitting. You're doing the name game. There you go. Satin lips. So you'll say that and do that with them for a couple of minutes. Playing a song is kind of fun. I like to give them a ticket as they're going. And at the end, the person gets 10 extra tickets towards the big draw or towards the small drawing. Day cream, take off the mask. Day cream, night cream. 3D eye cream. Ask them how their face feels. Review the skincare. You're going to hold them up again and remind them about that skincare, what they are. Now, it says ask for referrals. We already did that. It's less awkward if you do it during that spot. I like it there. And then we're going to do foundation primer. Talk about it. CC cream. Talk about it. All with your fingers. We're talking about how fast it is. Under eye corrector. All over powder. Translucent powder. Bronzer. Liquid eyeshadow. Put on finger. Brow tint. Mascara. Apply using disposable wands. Lipstick. Apply by scraping off the top. So there might be some of these that maybe she's not letting them try. But I showed you how you could. Finishing spray. Close the sale. Deals only for this group. So that's what she said. So you might write that down next to close the sale. Here are some deals only on this group. That's because it was on Facebook. Only exclusive for this party. Okay. And then she says, everything in Mary Kay is sold a la carte, so you can buy how you want to. However, here's some sets that I offer because you took the time to meet me. Set 1, brush your teeth set. And again, you want to hold up the products. So set 1 is the brush your teeth set. Cleanser and day cream lasts 4 to 6 months for $56. Set number 2 is the miracle set. Cleanser, day cream, night cream, and eye cream. You save $14 and you get one item 50% off. And that's when you would have passed out the closing sheet for each person to be looking at if you want to, or just go over it yourself. I think it's nice. I've always had one for people to have or like see. So you could have it in front of them on the laminated one or whatever, or printed, whatever. Reuse them, I don't care. And they get something half off. So it's written there on this sheet, plus 150% off item. She wrote this, so you might add this. Most people get their foundation. So she says it kind of gets them towards starting to use color if they go from skincare and then add that for their foundation. Set 3, the girl who loves everything. Cleanser, day cream, night cream, eye cream, Microderm, pore minimizer, satin lips, scrub, and mask. Foundation of your choice is included. Normally $225, but I give it to you for $195 with a $30 built-in shopping spree. So now they get to choose one of the other items they tried at this little beauty bar below for their $30 shopping spree. Okay, now you're going to add to your sheet. I forgot. There's some trivia questions that you can also do for tickets. One of them is below where you wrote down the 12 points about the business. So in your papers that you have in front of you, you've got your 2 pages for how to do a party. And then you've got your before I let you go. It should say 12 points about the business, sorry. And for some reason 9 is all the way up there. So I'll fix that. I'll make all these documents separate documents that you can get yourself to, okay? But you talk about the 12 points of the Mary Kay marketing plan, and you can do it in trivia form. They already are in trivia form. Number 1, my job description is what? Number 2, and give them a ticket if they answer it right. What percentage do we make on what we sell? So, and you can add to that, what discount do we get then if we make that percentage? Are there any quotas? Sorry. I forgot what the alarm was for me to do. Quotas, and then you itemize the kit. Show them what comes in the kit, all the products that Mary Kay gives you. You're going to tell them about the signing bonus. Is another one that comes down there. And you're going to show them when they do a party, your director, you'll be there with them, and your director will give them foundation primer, finishing spray, mini microdermabrasion, and satin lips. So you're going to tell them about that. So this is really important. A lot of people sign up just from this part, real nonchalant. They think it's cool. So that's another way you give tickets. You can come up with other trivia throughout the party to give away tickets. Like my favorite one, if you want to add this to the top of the party at the very beginning, is there's 5 things you're supposed to do morning and night to take care of your skin. Try to guess what those are. Cleanse, exfoliate, tone, moisturize, and protect from the sun are the things you want to do morning and night. So I love that our skincare lines all cover those. Then you can do the small drawing, have some snacks, meet with them individually. I like to even let them know at the beginning that we're going to do individual meeting with them for the big drawing, just for answering the questions. So go in the big drawing once, and again for how they answer their questions. So you go do that, show them what the drawing is. Add this really quick before the 12 points. So you'll show the products. I want you to tell them what they get when they hold an appointment. And then you did the 12 points about the business. So that's a table close, booking, selling, and recruiting as a group. And then individually, you schedule some of those things out. Okay, so what do you want to purchase? Is the first one. Need any suggestions? You can also get their wish list and their gift giver at that time. Second question. I do a second appointment for everybody because we have so many products. So I want to show you either advanced skincare or advanced color next time. Would you like to do virtually or in person? So you book them. And then the third one is I get amazing prizes right now, like travel vouchers from my leader and pearls from Mary Kay when I share some fast facts about the business. I've got an 8-minute video, or you can share a different video if you can use mine or a different one, about how we make money in Mary Kay. If you watch it, I'm going to ask you 5 questions, either on the phone or text, and you'll get something half off for your time. What's best for you, phone or text? Phone call or text group or whatever. Great. Maybe even go straight to Facebook Messenger so you can like have her as a friend and like find each other right then, friend each other, and then you can add her to your customer group. That would be a great system that would skip a lot of steps in the future for you. And then we can messenger each other, all 3 of us with them. So that's the 3 questions. The only thing you're doing the next day is, okay, let me know when you've watched the video. We'll do the questions tomorrow before a big drawing. That's it. I hope you guys enjoyed that and that was helpful.